Caroline, Emms and Matt Lachlan from Rainforest Reserves join me now by Zoom. Welcome to you both. Caroline, can you tell me when your organisation, Rainforest Reserves, first became aware of the destruction that was taking place in remnant forests in Queensland?
We became aware of it about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, in July, when Kaban was being cleared, even in spite of me sitting on, certain boards and on the Cassowary recovery team. I had no idea that this was happening. And the first time I heard of it was when I received a phone call from a local. And then these people from frog specialists from Mission Beach just rang up and said, well, you can forget about your brood frog. It's all being cleared at Kaban. It's just massive damage, massive haulage roads and clearing happening right now. And had a few phone calls and was totally shocked. So we moved into action because then we realised, well, hang on, that's just releasing carbon into the atmosphere, removing forests, removing trees. This isn't green. This is certainly not clean. What's going on here? So that's when we first became aware of it. We were really shocked.
So, Matt, what sparked your interest? What was it that first energised you to get in and start fighting for this important remnant forest?
Yes, Nick, I actually attended the so-called information session, September the 16th, 2021, and was absolutely appalled to see the developer refuse to answer questions, treat traditional custodians with complete disdain, and basically rough ride shot over the community using these so-called information sessions as ticking the box for so-called consultation. I went to that meeting concerned, I briefly skimmed the EPBC referral, went to that meeting concerned about the environmental impacts and left just absolutely appalled at the way traditional custodians were treated. And that sort of spurred me to set up the Stop Chalumbin Wind Farm website, and I went from there. I met Caroline later down the track. As Rainforest Reserves, as you mentioned, has been fighting this as well.
Tim, you've had experience of this, of course. You know what destruction will look like because you've had the Kaban wind development north of Ravenshoe, which has just cut great swathes through bushland, knocked half the side of a hill, etc. We'll run some footage as you speak of that development there of the process. Could you just talk us through it? How bad is that damage to the Kaban district?
Well, the Kaban district, it's more than just a footprint of desecration. It's the haulage roads, the cumulative impacts of the haulage roads at 50 to 70 metre wide, up and down, bulldozers moving in, land clearing. I mean, if people can only imagine what Chalumbin would be like at 146 kilometres of haulage roads, it's just absolutely ecologically unsustainable. It's just absolute ecocide, to be honest. It's not green, and we're all in. All we see now are wind turbines. When you drive into Ravenshoe or at the back of Ravenshoe or Herberton, all you can see now are wind turbines of Kaban. It would be a disaster if this happened to Chalumbin. So it was devastating.
So the big guys in the environmental movement, of course, are silent on this, but they've got budgets of tens of millions of dollars a year to campaign. I take it you're not in that league there.
Not at all. In fact, we're struggling, and this is why it's so inequitable and unfair that huge swathes of money are offered, like a community benefit fund. We were offered $500,000, and for the community benefit fund, when it first was sent to me by email. In other words, it's really shocking from the developer, like shut up money. It's akin to bribery, really. It's not fair to divide the community pay off swathes of money, which comes by the taxpayer anyway. It's not fair because we don't have the money, and they're really targeting the lowest socioeconomic area.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
This is a tragedy. Now, Matt, what's the next step? I gather you guys want to get to Canberra, and you want to take your voice to Canberra to tell the minister what's happening and get her to stop this project.
That's right, Nick. We've emailed the minister many times and sent her copies of all the submissions opposing the development. And obviously we've got traditional custodians who feel like they're not having their say, they're being ignored, they're being whitewashed, for lack of a better word. And yes, we need to get down to Canberra, have the minister listen to us and listen to the traditional custodians and hear firsthand what this is doing to the community and to stop it, to not approve the development.
Well, first of all, we've got to raise the money to get you guys down, because you say you're not rich. We want to help you out. And Caroline, how can viewers get involved? How can they help out?
Well, if you log into rainforestreserves.org.au, there is a donate trip to Canberra to help us raise funds for the Jitterbal Indigenous tribe, to go to Canberra to meet ministers, Minister Tanya Plibersek. It's really a permission to use their voice to express their heartfelt concerns regarding the future of Chalumbin, really, for future generations. It's going to be a plea from them. So we're looking at 10 to 12 people. I mean, we could probably raise 20, but we don't have that much money. It's very costly. We're taking them off country. It's a really big effort. The good thing about, we're apolitical, and so are they. We're independent, and I'm hoping the minister will see the Jitterbal people and also us to express our heartfelt concern for Chalumbin and high biodiversity, really.
Yeah. Well, I'll just emphasise this is not political. It's a Labor government, but there are people on your movement. I know members of the Greens or former members of the Greens Party, Labor people. It is not a political thing. This is about just saving our precious forests in far north Queensland. So please, if you're watching, please go on to www.rainforestreserves.org.au. You can donate everything. The donations are tax deductible in Australia, so that may help you. But please do what you can. And Tanya Plibersek, if you're watching, please answer the letter from these Jitterbal people from far north Queensland. And you've asked, your Prime Minister has asked for an Aboriginal voice to Parliament. Here are some Aboriginal voices coming to Parliament with the help of our viewers. You should listen to them. You really should.